Well, hello everybody. Welcome to this special broadcast today. I'm Derek Schneider, president and founder of History Makers Academy and History Makers Society, and I want to talk to you today about the 4 keys to success and significance. 4 keys to success and significance. Now, of course, we know success is such a broad topic. Significance is such a broad topic, and there's many keys and many crucial strategies and pillars of success, and we've all seen books out there on success and finding your own significance and all of that, and even that topic, the term success, is we've almost become numb to it. And in the Christian world, we almost have this belief system that God doesn't want us to be successful, that somehow that means we're proud or we're overly ambitious or trying to do something for ourselves. But in reality, I want to give you a very balanced, healthy definition of success, as well as what significance is and why it is absolutely necessary in the earth realm dimension for God's people to be the head and not the tail. For God's people to lead the way, and to do that we have to have some measure of success and significance. But let me start out by saying that success is relative. Success looks different to every person. For the business owner, success might mean that they're going to have a 6-figure income next year, or they're going to go beyond $1 million gross next year. But success for maybe the single mother is teaching her children how to read, or going about her daily routine in a more efficient way where she gets more rest and is able to, accomplish whatever her goals are. So success looks different for everybody. So it's important on this journey of finding success and our own significance in life that we don't do too much comparison or competing with other people. Never grid your own goals and success based on someone else's. You will find yourself competing rather than creating, and that is always destructive. So what are we talking about today? The 4 main keys to success and significance. These are keys and principles that the greats live by, that history makers live by. But first of all, let's get a balanced definition of success. We don't have a lot of time today, and I want to encourage you to pick up the full e-course on success and achievement. But I'll talk about that a little later. But a definition of success is actually the accomplishment of an aim, a purpose, or a goal. Success is really about setting goals and achieving them. That's why success looks different from one person to another. One person's success is not necessarily yours because our goals are different. And as believers, God gives us certain vision, and to accomplish vision really means to accomplish certain milestone goals along the way. So success is really about going after purpose and accomplishing goals that you set for yourself. It's another definition, if you look up the word, is it's often aimed at popularity or profit. It's to achieve some kind of notoriety among people, and that's not really what we're after as believers. Of course, everything we do is for the advancement of the kingdom of God and to make His name glorious, to make Him famous. But success really is still about accomplishing goals towards that end. Now, I want to touch on the word significance, because significance, I think, is a greater word and a greater goal for us as believers. But here's a definition of significance for you. The quality of being worthy of attention or importance, and it refers to inner qualities. The inner quality of a person, the virtues by which somebody lives, and even influence. Having influence on other people. Now, there is a difference between success and significance. There is a difference. And I want to draw a couple comparisons for you, but we often hear it said that success is fleeting. Success is something that's here today and could be gone tomorrow. Well, significance actually goes on for generations. In fact, you can achieve some level of personal success in this life, and then when you pass on, the success comes to an end for you. But significance can actually outlive you and impact people for generations. That's why history makers are people who are considered people of significance, people of value, because even though they're no longer on this earth, the message is still proceeding. We're still experiencing the effects of their time on planet Earth, and that's why they are deemed significant people. So success is fleeting. You know, there's always a younger person coming up. There's always another church, another ministry. There's always somebody else coming up behind you to do what you've done and more. You know, success is fleeting, but significance is generational. Another good point is success can actually be common. For example, if you're in a room with business people who are all successful at the same thing in the same vocation, you know, that kind of success is just common among that critical mass that's in that room. If you're graduating class, many of you graduated with honors or a similar score because you went to some elite school of some sort, then success is sort of common. That's just who you are. That's what that people group is. But significance actually will cause you to stand out. Significance will set you apart because every person's significance is like their own master painting, their own way of doing life that benefits others. Significance is achieving your goals and having personal success, but doing it in a way with an end goal in sight to better humanity, to become significant for the sake of other people. And so, you know, significance is your own thumbprint, your own significance, your own reason of why you're here on planet Earth. And let me tell you something, God has created you for significance. Success will be the achievement of those goals along the way, but your own significance was in the heart of the Father long before you were ever born. And our job as people of significance and successful people is to discover that blueprint that was written for us, to discover what God's plan is for us, and to go out and do it for the sake of mankind and leave our own thumbprint of significance on the planet. I love talking about this because each person has their own identity, their own trail of significance, their own blueprint towards their significance. That's what I love about our History Makers Academy, is we really are able to help people within a 3.5-day period identify their personal significance. And then what goals do you set? What do you need to be successful in on the road to realizing your significance and making maximum impact on the planet? I get so excited, and I hope you are too, those who are watching, because when you discover your strategy towards significance, you become personally motivated in a big way. So, you know, going on with some more comparisons here, success is common if everyone has it, but significance will make you unique. That's what we just talked about. You know, you can buy success. In some countries of the world, even, you can buy a successful exam paper. Did you know that? You could pay money and purchase your grade score. And you could deem that as success. Some people who look successful because of generating a lot of money maybe did it in a fraudulent way. Is that considered success? You know, and so success can be bought and achieved in many different ways, but significance is something that cannot be bought. It comes from who you really are inside. That's why part of the definition of significance has to do with inner qualities, the fruit of that tree. You know, and when we talk about character, which is one of the keys to real success and significance, an apple tree can say all he wants that he's an orange tree, but you know them by their fruit. And so significance really is a fruit thing. It's a result based upon who we are, our inner qualities. So I want to jump into now these 4 keys to success and significance. What are they? And you know, if you were to do a study, and we do this in History Makers Academy, we look at the common principles and common denominator between people of significance, people who made history, so to speak. And we look at what they are, and you'll find that generally there are common factors of, you know, significance or success between people who have gone on and made history. And we know that life somewhat is predictable. If you can discover these laws and principles, these secrets behind how certain successful people lived, you can reproduce them and get a significant result. And that's why you may have heard the famous quote, behind every great success are great secrets. And so I want to give you 4 of them today. Of course, again, when we talk about the term success or significance, it's such a broad topic with so much to say, and there have been so many books written about it, but I've narrowed down to 4 here that I think are fitting for our broadcast today. And again, we go into some of this stuff extensively in our Secrets Behind Success and Achievement e-course that we'll make available to you. But the 4 for today that you really need to know, if you can do these, you will experience not just success, but genuine significance. Number 1, and some of these you're going to think are basic, like you've heard them before, but how often have we heard things that we don't apply to our life? Number 1, personal integrity. Personal integrity. And when we look at the word integrity, it's actually the word integer, where we get the word integer meaning one, to live one way, a single focus, not double-minded, not saying one thing but doing another, but personal integrity. Integrity is just so important because it eventually exposes who you really are. Your life and how people view you will be based on integrity. But what really is integrity, and where do we begin with cultivating integrity? Well, personal integrity has to do with the promises, keeping the promises that you make to yourself. We make so many inner promises to ourselves that nobody even knows about, and we break them. Personal integrity, how you practice integrity, is by keeping the promises you make to yourself. Really what you do behind closed doors, your own personal goals, your own personal values. Some people don't even realize that they're lacking personal integrity. So how can you have public integrity when you're not even having personal behind closed door integrity? So I want to encourage you to do something that I go into extensively in the e-course, but a time of self-evaluation and reflection. Every month I lock myself up for 2 to 3 days, totally secluded from everyone, fasting, praying, seeking God, catching up on reading, sleeping, all of that. And I write down things in my life that I want to change, things I want to work on. I write down values that I have, and if I'm living by them, and if I'm not living by them, if I'm not maintaining my own personal integrity and personal commitments, I make a note of how I plan to change that, what I plan to do differently, what control system I'm going to put in place, how I'm going to adjust my schedule so that I can maintain those values. So personal integrity and integrity with God and with people really begins with keeping the promises you make to yourself. That is the most important thing. So I want to encourage some of you to begin to make certain promises to yourself. Write some things down. What are your 3 to 5 values? Health, family, time spent with God, and prove that. If those are really your values, are you spending time on those things daily, weekly, monthly? I want to go off into this subject so badly, but we go deeper in the Secrets Behind Success and Achievement on how to create that kind of a lifestyle built on routines that allows you to adhere to those values and maintain your personal integrity in such a way that eventually what you do in secret becomes public. The Bible says, what you do in secret, it will be shouted from the rooftops. So you never have to worry about public presentation or what comes out publicly when you are living by personal, private integrity. So personal integrity is absolutely key. A study was done recently on the 3 factors of success. 3 factors of success in any vocation. I'm going to give you one of them today and a percentage along with it. But this secular study discovered that character is actually 40% contributor to success in any vocation. Religion, sports, anything that you're doing in life, 40%, and there are two others, but we go into this in the e-course, 40%, it's actually the highest contributor to a person's success, Christian or not Christian, is your character and personal integrity. And we see this all the time when horrible reports come out and things come out about people that were this close to leaving such a great legacy. People who had done so much for mankind, and right at the end, that secret, that violation of personal integrity comes out and becomes public, and they lose their public integrity, and the effects are just disastrous on so many levels. So history makers are people who live by personal integrity. That's where they put their energy. They make an effort to keep the promises they make to themselves. The second absolute or key to success and significance is personal success. Personal success. Now, personal success is all about what goals you set personally that you maintain on a daily basis, even if nobody notices. So here's a good definition for personal success. The principle is this: what you do consistently and privately. What you do well, the goals you set personally, what time you want to get up, how you want to eat, what routines you set. Personal success is what often makes a person's life a public glory or a public success. We often call somebody an overnight sensation or an overnight success. Well, there's actually no such thing as an overnight success. When we see somebody who appears to be an overnight success, it really is a long road of private success, a long road of personal disciplines, a long road of practice making perfect, a long road of endurance, a long road of entering every singing competition in the country, a long road of knocking on every door, a long road of private discipline and exercise in that arena. Somebody getting up early and swimming, wants to be an Olympic athlete. That man that stands on that podium, that man or woman on that podium with that gold medal, you see as an instant success, but you don't see there were 999 other successes leading up to that last one that gave him or her public success. Private or personal success begins with what you do when nobody's looking, and all of the greats live by this. One of the ways that they cultivate that kind of thing is they have what's called a daily routine. They have a daily routine that keeps them on track according to their values and the things they know that are going to help them to reach their goal. So let me ask you this question today. If anybody took a look at your day-to-day, your day at home, behind closed doors, would they find there's glory in it? Would they be amazed? Would somebody want to make a movie about your life? If somebody lived with you for a day or two, would they be amazed at your disciplines and your routine lifestyle? Would they be able to say, I see where that success comes from. I see why that person is influencing the world. I see secrets to living better, secrets to getting victory in these areas. If somebody took a look at your life, would they be in awe of how you live? Would it make them want to live better? Would it make them want to make changes? I'm not even talking about necessarily what you do at the office per se, but what time do you get up in the morning? Is that intentional, or do you just wake up when you feel like it? Successful people do what they don't feel like doing, while unsuccessful people generally do just what they feel like doing. That's a success principle. Successful people are able to do what they don't feel like doing, and they're able to do it consistently on a regular basis, even if they get no public recognition for it. These inner disciplines, what you eat, when you eat. Let me tell you a secret. All significant people who have made history in any way live by a daily or weekly, monthly routine. They understand the power of building a routine, building a daily schedule. What I do when, what I do Tuesday, what I do on Wednesday, what our family does monthly, what our family does yearly. I kind of hinted to you related to my prayer retreats once a month. That's a secret behind. I hope I'm a significant person, but that's one of the secrets. People ask me, how is it that you're able to do this or do that? And one person even recently said, I'd love to spend a day with you and just watch you work, what you do when, how you're producing all these results, how you wrote 3 books in just 2 years, and how you do what are the secrets? If someone looked at your life, would they see the glory of God in it, your personal life? Are you having daily personal success? So that's a big one, and to open that up fully, you'll have to get our e-course, Secrets Behind Success and Achievement. Number 3 is really big, and we don't have too much time to go into it, but we go heavy into it. In fact, we even have a bonus DVD on this with our e-course, bonus online video. The ability to convert ideas and dreams into reality or tangible action. The ability to convert ideas and dreams into reality and tangible action. You know, ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. Everybody's got an idea. Everybody's got a dream. We've all got prophecies. We've all got things we're sitting down and maybe waiting on God to come down and do. And we don't realize God is waiting on you. God has done his part. He gave you the vision. He gave you the dream. He's connected you with relationships for the purpose of resources to accomplish that dream. Now, what are you doing about it? How are you translating your vision and dream into actual execution? What's your strategy? What's your organized thought? You see where you need to begin. Maybe you see what the end goal is. But what's the strategy? What are the steps in between? Let me tell you, in the church especially, the gap between idea and vision and actual execution on earth is vast. And the reason is it's a misunderstanding. We have this idea that because we got the vision, now we just wait for God to come down and fulfill it. And we don't realize that God is existing in the energy dimension. Of course, he intervenes through prayer and intercession and all of that. He performs miracles. But we were never meant to live by miracles. We were meant to live by management of the earth through strategy, through all the tools that God has given us. There are earthly laws and principles. If you can discover them and live by them, you can be the head and not the tail. You can have unusual success. You can actually fulfill the dream that God has given you, but you're going to have to do your part of the responsibility. The advancement of the work of the kingdom on earth is a work of partnership, co-laboring with God, taking personal responsibility. So, number 3, those who make history, those who change the world are people who have learned how to convert their ideas and vision and everything that's in the invisible realm. They have learned to convert invisible energy into tangible earthly realm reality. And we actually teach how to do this in History Makers, our History Makers trainings, but especially our e-course, Secrets Behind Success and Achievement. We really get into this, not only how to execute, how to create a strategy, but how do you see something? Some people they haven't seen yet what the blueprint for their life is. They don't have an idea of what they're to do. They don't have an idea about what they're to do next. They've come into retirement and they say, I know God still wants to use me, but I don't know what for. Well, you've got to be able to see and hear. The secret to Jesus' effectiveness on earth was that he only did what he heard and saw the Father doing. He executed in the earth realm where the sons of men have responsibility, and we do according to what we see in the heavenly realm where God has a different level of jurisdiction. So I'm going to get going on this topic, but I'm trying to hold back. So let's keep going. There's so much I want to say about converting dreams to reality. You've got to know the script before there's lights, camera, action. You cannot make the movie of your life until you've memorized the script. So, let us help you with this, church. It's a burden of mine because we've helped so many people around the world to not only discover their purpose, but actually convert it to action. And we want to help you with that too. So I think I may do another video in depth on that at some point. But the last one, number 4, Secret to success and significance, it requires endurance, the ability to endure. You know, when we think of endurance, we don't like the idea of endurance or enduring because it's actually uncomfortable. But history makers are people who are comfortable with discomfort. Athletes will often talk about being uncomfortably comfortable and being comfortable with discomfort. You can't have endurance. You can't build endurance without resistance. And God will often even choreograph situations in your life that cause you to have to endure. He'll create a resistance. He'll allow a resistance. And so a cool quote here that I wrote down is, resistance is the bread of endurance, and endurance produces champions. Even James said, count it all joy, my brethren, when you go through various trials and tribulations, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And then he goes on to say, and endurance has a perfect result, that you may be mature. The key to growth in anything is always endurance, the ability to endure. And if you talk to or study the life of any history maker, one of the common denominators in their life is there was something they had to overcome, something they had to build endurance through, something they currently and daily, like missionaries in some countries, have to be constantly enduring. And that endurance produces a thick skin and a tenacity that the general mediocre mass do not have. So the ability to endure is key. Life will give you lots of reasons to quit. But if you don't quit, you win. If you just keep going. The key is endurance. If you want to have success, if you want to have significance, it means you're going to have to see life as a marathon, not a sprint. Unusual success and significance generationally is a marathon. And if you want to win that marathon, you have to be comfortable letting the sprinters run past you. You have to watch the sprinters go by, be comfortable with that, stay in your place and continue the work of endurance, step by step, building success and building significance. The road to greatness is a marathon, not a sprint. Before I let you go, I want to just encourage you to check out the links we've put here with this video that you're able to access our e-course, Secrets Behind Success and Achievement. I think there's something like 5 videos, 6 videos, plus my study notes. Everything's in there, and we go in depth into all of this incredible stuff. And so I'm so excited for you to pick up that course and engage with us. We've got it now at a really good price for you because I want as many people to be able to experience the key principles that that the few live by, the 10% live by, so that we can all get results, achieve our own calling and destiny, step into our inheritance, so that we can advance God's kingdom and glorify Jesus, the King of that kingdom. I look forward to seeing you in our e-course, Secrets Behind Success and Achievement, pre-recorded. Learn at your own pace. God bless you. We'll see you online.